So, where do I begin? No, where did we begin? Let's go back to the beginning before original sin, when we all didn't sit in bubbles with double standard sipping pink gin. No, once upon a time it was far more simple living. Sitting in caves just chilling, it must have been brilliant. Every day waking up with the same bewilderment of children. Nowadays we're all civilians imprisoned in big buildings, and as I look upon it all, I'm not sure how I'm really feeling. See, times are strange. We've created ourselves this problem they call climate change. I tried to educate myself before I tried to describe this, and sat down like a scribe and started to write a diatribe of this. Noticed governments and corporations trying to make it profitable before actually trying to put a stop to it all. What fools we are with fossil fuels, as if we dropped out of school. But it's more a case of ignorance than stupidity, especially when this could be our last opportunity to make the best decision now to save our future communities. Where's the scrutiny for the suits on the news on the TV? I'm not a revolutionary. I know the ozone layer is our global security, so writing about it I might spark the mind of the revolutionary we need. It's becoming irrefutable to me there's a pattern here. Maybe it's the looped beats or the treacherous weather in the atmosphere. We've got hi-hats and snares, and we taught ourselves to split atoms here. Reducing CO2 emissions might just take more than protests and petitions. Got to cool the planet with a laser precision, or there won't be one left for the musicians. But concentrating all the carbon is a hard one. I'm not smart enough to make the decision, so I concentrate partying on. Use coal when I put the barbecue on. Do you want violins to ease into the silence? I've always been one for the arts and not the science. I do know that carbon is the primary element of paper, people and diamonds. No, I'm not a chemistry teacher experimenting here, or the tech engineer making all the measurements here. I admit I spend a lot of my days just drinking beer, and I'm never going to get that new career in North Korea, but I can definitely add up the sum of all fears. And it's unclear if it's nuclear power, black gold or coal to bring the summer all year. And even though it's a dystopia, I know there's some hope here. Are we going to carry on trying to make ourselves millions, or fight for our right and rage against our own extinction? Got to be a solution to the pollution before we accept self-destruction. Through the midst of the fog and the mist and the confusion, we miss the topic of the discussion. Religion has its predictions. You seem to think that they are dumb. However, evolution taught us all not to look up at the sun. I muse and sing in absolution, wondering where's my percussion. Just create an illusion to hide the foregone conclusion and the spontaneous combustion. See, none of us here will be defenceless to those consequences. It's easy to have a separatist point of view and point the finger at whoever we think are the menaces. Through a black mirror, shed a tear whilst the media spread more fear and a sprinkle of censorship. Putting filters on digital images doesn't really get rid of all of the negatives. And I know this sounds selfish, but how am I supposed to skim pebbles below sea level? When the ice caps melt, we'll all be in hell. Do you think the new facias will save you from the glaciers? Went from feeling swell to feeling the swell. All I'm saying is we all need to pay more attention to the environment in which we live, because there's storms raging, raining, pouring, floods on one side of this and droughts on the other as scorching forest fires blitz. I hear a lot of political politeness while seeing a lot of hiked up prices. We've got electric cars and all these other devices, but what we charge them with isn't renewable at all in the slightest. We've still got global warming and an energy crisis. Despite this, we're ignoring what all the advice is. In our bone idleness, mostly worried what our diet is, we don't ever truly understand what the price of rice is. So as tectonic plates slide and shift and temperatures reach the highest, all the warnings were there. There were no surprises. Are we going to keep making these daily sacrifices? It'll be an absolute miracle if we survive this. That's why I stand in front of you with the mic in my fist, because there'll be no music on a dead planet the last time the sun rises.